Hey everyone, welcome on in. My name is Gemma. I hope you guys are doing well. So we are back in Prehistoric Kingdom. For those of you who are currently a subscriber or follow on my channel will know that I actually had a park which was called Elmwood and it got corrupt and I lost it. So this is essentially a brand new park going to be on the channel. Hopefully this one won't have the same fate as Elmwood. We don't talk about Elmwood.
We don't talk about
Elmwood. If anyone has seen Encanto, that's essentially what plays through my head every time I think about Elmwood. So yeah, this is a brand new park. Hopefully it's all going to go fine. And I have also made sure that I have multiple saves. I now currently have 3 saves on this park file. So hopefully it'll all be fine and we'll get to the end of it. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything's crossed. So, what is this park? Essentially, I decided to go back to my roots. If you can't tell from my accent, I am from Scotland. And I decided, why not make a park which is very close to home, which essentially means it is built in Scotland. So I thought, perfect, that's what we'll do. Now, obviously, Scotland is not the biggest of places, but we do have the most gorgeous scenery that I've probably ever seen because I've not been much places. But basically, in Scotland, we do have the Kirin Gorms National Park, which is a massive park. And it's kind of right bang in the centre of the northeast side of Scotland. It has got, like I said, absolutely gorgeous scenery. There's plenty of Munros and plenty of mountains there that you can go away and climb them. And yeah, just a really nice tranquil place to chill out and get one with nature and just enjoy the scenery. And I'm going to destroy all that by putting in essentially a dinosaur park, which is, you know, highly tourist themed is what this area is. There is obviously tourist places within the Cairngorms National Park, well, within kind of the surrounding areas. There's obviously ski places as well that you can go skiing and snowboarding and all that goodness. But I just thought it'd be kind of interesting to have a national park with dinosaurs in it. And the theme behind this whole thing is all to do with conservation, that we are trying to preserve this national park and make sure that, you know, all the heathers and all the plant life and all the trees are well looked after, but we're also trying to conserve dinosaurs and make sure that they're healthy and happy. So conservation is like the most important thing that is going to be in this park. Everything's going to be made from sustainable materials as well, so you're going to see a lot of timber, you're going to see a lot of wood, cheap materials as well, so there's going to be steel and concrete as well. So it's got this modern vibe to it, but with kind of a traditional feel as well. There's going to be tartan somewhere within this build. Trying to go back to obviously the roots of Scotland and all that goodness. I don't have a name for the park currently, so if anyone's got any ideas, I am open to suggestions. I was thinking about obviously giving it a Scottish name. I was looking at Gaelic as well, which is a language that is spoken mainly in the northern parts of Scotland. I don't know any Gaelic, unfortunately, but it's really interesting to obviously have this language, which is essentially what was spoken in Scotland quite a few years ago and well, is still spoken today. But yeah, I just wanted to have something that is really close to my heart and close to home, and yeah, make it kind of small. I mean, Scotland's not, like I said, it's not the biggest of places. We're very humble in what we create as well, but obviously technology is a massive thing here as well. So this build is very small and humble. You know, we don't do lavish, like over the top builds. We do in like obviously the cities and stuff, but because this is out in the Highlands, you don't want to have like a massive like skyscrapers or like massive buildings and stuff. You want to make it just compact, and we don't want it to be too in your face kind of thing. So that's the idea of the project. Hope you guys are going to enjoy it. I have certainly enjoyed coming back into Prehistoric Kingdom. Originally I was just going to make some prop buildings, And I kind of was sitting on the fence with that one because I absolutely adore going into high detail. I love it, especially with this game. I really struggled in previous games like Planet Zoo because you're limited to what that object can do. You can turn it upside down, you can rotate it, you can change colours with it, but that's kind of where your limitations lied. And I always felt kind of restricted and limited to what I could do in Planet Zoo because you do have to rotate things and colour change things, and yeah, it was always just a really hard one to get my brain around, so I just kind of left that for other people. This tool, and obviously you can see here with the stretch tool that we've got in Prehistoric Kingdom, that I can just work with it. I can see things so clearly and I can make things exactly how I want it to look, and I adore this game. I have so much love for it. So yeah, I wanted to go highly detailed and essentially make prop packs. And I did. I started off from my previous save of We Don't Talk About Elmwood, is I went really highly themed. We had pushchairs, we had lockers, I had custom computers, custom keyboards, all that kind of goodness. There is obviously, it's still on the channel if anyone has not seen it and would like to go check it out. But basically, I absolutely adored doing that stuff. It made me feel quite special. I don't know if that's the word for it, but like just something that just made me kind of feel like I was standing out a little bit, and it made me feel good that I was using my skill to create something that made me feel good, and I wanted to share that with people. Proud. It made me feel proud. That is the word that I was trying to look for. I was very proud of what I could create, and it made me feel good, and I just wanted to share that with everyone. I thought about making just prop packs solely until the game came out, but I had this issue with, we don't know what's going to happen with beta. Beta could literally come to the end of it when the game is coming out in April. It could come to an end, they could roll out early access under a completely different system, which means everything that's in beta is going to get lost. Every single prefab that we've made could potentially get lost. And I didn't want to go through that again. And I thought, I don't want to sit here and build loads of like these intricate prop designs to share it with the community, to find out that at the end of this I can't share it with anyone. So I decided just to come back and make a new park because I adore this game. I love building in it, and I just wanted to come back and kind of showcase what I can do. It's more satisfying as well to walk around someone's park and have a look at all the details that they've put into it. So that's why we've came back and decided to go for a whole park building rather than these props. Now that's not to say that all the props that I am going to be building are not going to be put on the workshop. I definitely will. And when I say workshop here, there is not a Steam workshop. What is actually happening is in the Prehistoric Kingdom Discord, there is a prefab thread, which means if you do have the game and you do make any of the prefab props or buildings or whatever you consider to be a prefab, and you save it out, you can go into your game file and then get that prefab and upload it there, and then essentially people can do the same. You go away and find that file and then put it onto your computer. So it's the manual way of sharing files. And it's great because it means that we can share with other people. And that's what I really, really enjoy doing. Like if I've made something and I think it's going to help someone because maybe they don't want to build that item, I would rather share that with someone so they can put it in their park as well. And that's what it's essentially all about. So I have done prefabs before. I've done one prefab, which was with my ticket booth, which is actually not even in this part. I should probably put all my little prefabs online in case people are interested in putting in their park. So it's something that I'm trying to be more mindful of whilst I'm building. It's so easy to go away and save something as a prefab and then not share it with people. I am the most guilty person doing that. I think I've had previous in the past when I've built something and someone's like, oh, can you put that in the workshop? And I'm talking in Planet Zoo. And I'm like, yeah, I'll put it on the workshop. And then I just never do it. So I'm trying to get into this habit that if I am building something that is useful to other people, then it will be put onto the workshop. somehow, somewhere, even if it is in the current state, which would just be sharing it in the thread. But yeah, that kind of me right now in a nutshell. I do appreciate everyone who's hung around. Sorry, the videos kind of went a little bit quiet for a while. I was just really trying to figure out where I wanted to take things, where I wanted the channel to go, and yeah, it's really been an interesting little journey. So I appreciate everyone who's kind of stuck by me as well, because it's certainly not been easy. Yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, enjoyed the video. I have sped up the video a little bit faster this time. Usually I sit at about 650 and I've sped it up to 700. If it is too fast, let me know in the comments below and I'll happily drop it down to 650. I was just kind of experimenting as well with time frames throughout the videos. So I will hop into Teddycam of some description. I always say that. Let's hop into Teddycam. We don't have a Teddycam demo. But yeah, I will hop into the real-time tour park very shortly and I'll chat to you guys very soon. Okay guys, before we head into the entrance building, if we just turn around here, I do actually have a car park that I'm just going to quickly showcase all of the items that I've been building offline. So I have been working on a prop park for our car parks, so I'm going to pop them in the Prehistoric Kingdom Discord prefab thread, so in case you do have the game and you're interested, then that's where you can find them. So essentially we have got a zebra crossing there, so if you are coming from the car park, it's a nice safe way to get across into our entrance building there. And if you are wanting to park your car, then you can come up to the top here, and then we've got a boom gate there and also a ticket booth for you to go away and get yourself a ticket. And I went really highly detailed on these, so I'll just like zoom into them so you can see all the details there. And then again our boom gate, and I've also included in some what are these called, bollards. This section over here is a little bit too small just to have as a car space, so essentially I thought these could be like for motorcycles, but again I'm going to have to like put in that kind of detail to let them know that that's what that is for. The car park itself is relatively small, but like I say, we've got loads of ticket booths that you can come and pay for your parking. I'll go into a little bit more detail. We'll go and have a look at this one over here so you can see it. Now you may be wondering why these little signs are, you know, kind of hovering out. I'll explain about that a little bit later. But yeah, this is our highly detailed ticket booth, so all the information that you need is going to be on them, and they're nice and bright and yellow, so hopefully our guests will be able to get to them quite fast. Like I said before, when you zoom out in Prehistoric Kingdom, you'll see here that the information kind of gets lost. If I go a little bit higher, you can see all this kind of goes away. So this is why I kind of made this chunky, so when I'm zoomed out, that information doesn't get lost. It's just something that Prehistoric Kingdom have to work on with optimizing the game. So just in case you're like, wow, your road markings are absolutely massive. So yeah, this is the same again. You put your ticket in, the boom gate will lift up, and off you go. Now our second little car park space here is for disabled guests, and I purposely made this one for free, and obviously it's very close to the entrance building, and that's exactly what we need. And then up at the top here, I've decided to go for parents parking. So again, ticket machines, and then I've scattered a couple of these pay and display kind of machines about. So there is 10 disabled guests spaces, and there is also 10 parent or guardian spaces as well for our guests to park their car and keep it nice and safe. So when we go into the building itself, now I am going to apologise for the frame rate, guys. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's my computer, or I don't know if it's just because the game is still not optimised with it being in beta, but I will apologise straight off the bat for it being a little bit jank. We're going into the building now, so there's 2 access points, so you can obviously come up the stairs, and then if you are a pushchair or a disabled guest, then you can come up our lovely ramp here and then straight inside. Now you might be thinking, Gemma, where is all the ticket booths? Now I have purposely not put them in because I went highly detailed in my first park, and I just thought if I'm going to go highly detailed on this one, I want to do it in more live streams. So on a Sunday, I will put it up in the Discord when I will be streaming. But on a Sunday evening, I'm going to come in and do more live streams within the park, and we're going to do like prop building, and again, I'll be saving them out so they can go onto the workshop. So that's essentially what's kind of coming up on the channel as well, that if you do want to see some live building from myself, then on a Sunday, I will be doing more prop pieces and kind of just like, you know, the general maintenance of the park. Over here, obviously, is where you would go out and into the park, so you can see our gorgeous vista that I've been working on. And then down here is a gift shop, essentially. Now, you would have seen from the speed build that this building was actually smaller than this, so where this chunk is where it ended, and I just felt it was a little bit too small. And I also had like a massive problem between, do I have stairs in here or do I go for a ramp? So we did end up going for the ramp, and I think it actually does work out quite nice. And you've also got this like really nice 360 vista point of the mountains and the foliage and all that stuff. So again, I'll be working on the props there. This was kind of just an indication of what's kind of to come in here. I'm also wanting to put in some security gates here, just in case people decide to shoplift, just kind of make it a little bit more realistic. So that's essentially what to come. And also the idea of the gift shop being off to this side is because I understand that maybe people want to come to the park, they want to purchase their ticket and go outside and see all the dinosaurs and mammals, but so I wanted this just to be like a little wee shop in case you didn't want to go into the park. So that's kind of the idea behind it. I do actually have ticket booths from Elmwood that I was considering putting in here, but I don't feel like it kind of fits. And also, there's not much places in Scotland that realistically have those kind of ticket booths. It's literally, you go to the front desk, they scan your ticket, they give you a little wee receipt and off you go. It's not like Disneyland where, you know, you've got to scan something and get into the park. So that's why I've not bothered putting in my ticket booths from Elmwood. But yeah, this is the vista point for this park here. These mountains were a little bit tricky to make, but I think they actually turned out okay. I'm not going to zoom out too much because all these markings that you'll see on the grass, I've actually tried to indicate where all the mammals and dinosaurs are going, which we currently have in beta. So I don't want to give that too much away, but yeah, you kind of get the idea and feel of this park. There's going to be like these trails that kind of just slowly like wind in between the mountains and in between the exhibits and all that stuff. And yeah, it's going to be like a low-key budget park. There's nothing going to be like really fancy. This is kind of as grand as we're going to go with this park. Everything is going to look quite modern. I am looking at more kind of rustic look and feel to the park as well. Just trying to keep it like really Scottish and trying to keep it kind of low budget as well. And this is the kind of place that they were going to bring in catering. It's not like they're going to have like a big fancy restaurant or anything like that. So that's the kind of things that you are going to expect to see coming on this park and this channel. I hope you guys have enjoyed having a look at the start of this park. I don't have a name for it, unfortunately, so I have been looking at Scottish names, been looking at Gaelic names as well, and just trying to figure out what kind of fits with this look and feel. If anyone has any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, please do remember to give it a thumbs up. It always helps out the channel. If you have any comments, queries, suggestions, drop it in the section below. And until next time, guys, have a wonderful day. Take care.